Usually, when I record these videos, I have a cup of coffee by my side, and it's because I am a bit camera shy. Sometimes, when I'm on camera, my presence is low because I'm unscripted, jumping from topic to topic, and have insecurity issues about my appearance if I'm ugly, when really I'm just average looking, I'd say. So, I have a cup of coffee by my side. Visualize this, okay? So there's a cup of coffee by my side. It's on the floor. Black coffee because milk is highly estrogenic and I refuse to take plastic substances wrapped in plastic because plastic is a fat and plastics seep through into your food and ruin your quality of life, quality of health. Refuse to pour milk into my coffee. Now, of course, you can get bottles of glass milk, but we're currently economizing on a budget and it's a lot, I don't have the discipline to call the milkman up. And I wonder why that is. I wonder if it's because of what I'm about to go into that's causing this problem. Now, my previous video didn't get any views, it was on spirituality. That I And in the video, ironically, I was bouncing around from topic to topic. It's talking about how, and really, it's a desire that I have, so I still haven't awakened. It's a desire to become awakened. And the more desires you have, especially if you're just jumping around neurotically from thing to thing, the less presence that you have, the less awakened you are because you can't desire to awaken. Maybe your perception of things can, but you as an ego entity, and you are not an ego entity, but your ego entity doesn't want that, and your ego entity, your beast, is responsible for your addictions because it's desire. And what do you desire? Yes, you desire success in the material world, you desire, and this is something I still struggle with because I have a lot of ambition and enthusiasm, but I understand that I'm not the ambition or enthusiasm itself. I witness these things, and if they come into being, then great. So, yeah, the jumping around from topic to topic, desire to desire. You desire porn, and I've struggled with porn recently. I've been fapping every single day for the last few weeks, and it's really drained me. You can see in my eyes that it'll render it better when this video goes up, but my eyes are lifeless. I haven't been outside that much. I haven't been for those walks around the river. So, when it comes to spirituality, the key is to limit your desires, to reduce your desires, and have less desires, or preferably, like, idealistically, no desires. To desire nothing but to live in the present moment and watch it unfold. And if you're a high level businessman, then great. If you're a top lawyer, CEO, great. If you're a rainmaker, great. If you're a corporate accountant who hates the shitty ass job, great. And hating your job is an ego perception, but I, the I that doesn't exist is turned off to this. And I found something that could be making it worse, could be making my presence in this world worse, but it depends, because worse is a value perception, and of course the value of this video is tied to my ego, so don't watch it. But that is caffeine. And I have a book called Caffeine Blues. It's by, let me just see, and I think I'm going to hashtag this book in the title, just so fans of this book can find my channel and I can grow it. I can hopefully grow my channel. And I'm also thinking of starting a quitting coffee channel. So this book is Caffeine Blues. It's by Stephen Chernisk, MS, research and clinical nutritionist. And he talks about the dangers, side effects of caffeine, links a ton of, well, he talks about a ton of studies in the back of the book. And I'm currently reading it like a textbook, going through it, highlighting, taking notes. That's the way that I usually read these books. And I'm only on the first chapter, read the introduction, and it's shocking, and I'm already compelled to read more, because as children we are trained to have low presence, low attention, especially if you're a Gen Zer. I mean, of course, we've got social media, and I've had problems with this. I've had problems talking to artificial intelligences. You have social media, you have TikTok, Instagram, and kids are using it now, like 11-year-olds, even though it says, oh, you should be 13 and over. No, like, little kids are using these websites. I've met 10-year-olds on Omegle. So what's happening here is that with the unregulated sugar industry, the sugar industry, it's just been running amok, causing chaos, wreaking havoc for the last 100, 200 years. And the caffeine industry markets cola to children. Like, you can walk into shops and, you know, those low budget colas, not exactly Coca-Cola, but it says cola on them. Dandelion and burdock, that was something I used to have as a kid. I realised I've been drinking coffee, well, not coffee, because I didn't have coffee, it would burn me, but I was drinking at least caffeine. And I did start drinking hot chocolate from a young age, which contains caffeine, for years now, since the age of 2. Since the age of 2, I've been trained to have a very low attention span. I got into energy drinks at the age of 10 and carried that on until, I don't know, was about 16 when I gave up. So 6 years drinking energy drinks. Started coffee when I was about, I don't know, 12. And yeah, I used to drink like 4, 5, 6 cups of coffee a day, and then 4 energy drinks, and my teeth were always sore and they were always yellow, and now I'm praised for having impeccable teeth. So yeah, that's the problem, is that you're so distracted with caffeine when your mind's hooked on it, and you're impatient, and your attention is being held hostage. Alex Becker, who introduced me to this book, is an entrepreneur. He mentioned about the caffeine blues and how your attention is held hostage every few hours, and you can't really focus. It just increases the volume of your thoughts, and I relate to that a lot. Sitting down wanting to write something, and my thoughts are everywhere. Wanting to study coding, been learning how to make websites, develop websites, want to add some HTML, HTML and CSS. I want to add some JavaScript, create some web applications, go into sort of the more complicated stuff, but I struggle to focus, and then I have to resort to drinking coffee. I failed law in high school. I think that was because I'd only study for 10 minutes at a time and then need coffee. I'm not even making this up. I'd have a cup of coffee by my side, study for 10 minutes, with music blasting on, because my thoughts were just so loud. So even though I was sitting there for like 2-3 hours, I'd only get 10 minutes of work done per day. And this is no way to live. I think as a young man, you should be able to work, or a young woman, you should be able to work for hours upon hours. You should be able to, as a young man, 8 hours, just non-stop, and I suppose break for eating, but you should be able to just get back up and get with it, and who's going to carry the boats? You should just be able to do that. But because you have been drinking coffee, you've been drinking caffeine, you have to take breaks, and you go giddy like a little kid. You go giddy and think, oh yes, I'm going to have my caffeine first. I've got to have my coffee first. Please don't talk to me in the morning unless I've had my coffee. And then you go into a social interaction and you're not really listening. You're not really present because your mind's wandering off into 1,000 different possibilities and abstractions, and like, oh yeah, I need coffee. Coffee makes me feel free. Coffee gives me an escape from reality. Coffee is fun. Coffee is fun. It gives me a fun little break from reality, and I don't want to live in reality because it's not fun. And I question my existence every day. And you've got to tame your perceptions down, because your perceptions are linked to your ego, bro. So yeah, I'm going to be documenting my journey of getting off this stuff, even though the ideal method, I know there's a coffee bean method and not doing it for 60 days. I think that you should get to a golden point, like with no fap, ideally. And I think the reason why I've been fapping more, and the reason why I've been scrolling on the internet more, talking to artificial intelligences more instead of making them, is because of my distractions. It's coffee, and when you drink a lot of coffee, and of course it's going to be linked to your environment, but when you drink a lot of coffee, you're going to be in a naturally distracted state of mind, and you're going to be in like a anxious mood, anxiety and excitement. They're the same, on the same neural pathways. So you're going to be in an anxious mood or excitable mood, and you're not going to be able to sit down and just work. So yeah, my ambition is it's my desire, so I can become more mindful. It's gotta go, and I think the best way to do it is just cold turkey. Alan Carr's easy way to quit caffeine, which I have at home. Besides this book, I've been wanting to quit for years. I've been wanting to quit since the age of 17, but I never go around to it, and yes, I am a bit of a health nut. So yeah, deal with it.